Walking Macau Streets. Dear Lord, show me a sign. Give me a map. Oh yeah.
We're going to be walking down this lane, and I'm kind of watching all this construction right here. That's pretty prime real estate. That's all Sun Yat-sen Road and all these tall buildings going down, and I think it's going to be coming out to here soon too. And we'll do a little speculation of what I think is going to happen. So this is going to be our road, and we're going to speculate on those cranes and this big empty lot while walking down this street. Hey, welcome to Macau. So before we get started, let me just kind of explain a little bit. I got the map behind me. This is this area that's between the university and between, you can see the yellow, the more urban density area of Taipa. And this is this kind of space in between the university and the airport is also not too far from the university as well. That's all on one side, and then you have the density on the other side. You can see these tall buildings when we get into it. And I'm going to be just kind of walking around in this area that's like a little bit changing. That's all I can really say about it. It's changing. And I'm going to be speculating about it, but this is where it's at on the map, just so you can get some idea of it. And you can see the one circle, that's where I'm going to be walking around at, and then the other circle is just so you can see the name of the temple. Anyways, nonetheless, Macau and a little interesting spot in Taipa. So yeah, I think it's just a matter of time between this being what it is right now and it being an extension of all those tall buildings down that way. And actually everything to the right of me is basically kind of everything to the right of me is basically like off limits. It's just like well, right now it's an empty lot, but you're gonna see some other ones up ahead and they'll have a different feel. There's some history here too. But at the moment, you'll see a lot of cranes and kind of, there's the Anglican college over there. So someday I wouldn't be surprised if those few buildings over there will all be connected to all of these someday here. And I think this is going to be one of the first ones to change. And then once you get in here, you have all these beautiful banyan trees. These are protected. So I'll show you real quick. So they're protected by the government. So you can see a number to them. And they'll also, some of them will talk about it as well. They'll say how they're protected. But you can put a QR scan to those and you can see the more information in different languages about these trees. But yeah, that's a special number. So these special trees are numbered and then therefore protected. So I kind of imagine that at some point, probably those buildings will be stretched down to these buildings over here. But maybe this little lane right here can be preserved because these trees are protected anyways. And we might see something completely different here in the future. I've always suspected that we might. I always kind of imagine that this could be a nice place to have restaurants or some kind of socialization of some kind. And then these ones over here are kind of makeshift homes, and some of them are businesses, and some of these are just little lanes. So when I first came to Macau, this lane was all dirt and mud, and then they paved it. And it goes all the way up to the to those tall buildings up there, which would include the university. So we're gonna come back. So these could all be different in the future. And some of them are businesses where you can actually sell things. You can sell used things, especially anything with cars. And sometimes they'll take electronics or computers and they'll recycle them. So if you do want to recycle something, you don't want to throw it away, a lot of these areas will take them. And you can see some recyclables right over here too, which I think are all cans. Looks like they also put some other stuff in here too. But I think this is, I don't know, this is more like trash. But there's a lot of cans, so it's hard to say. And if we kept walking, you can see some car parts up there. All of the doors, car doors, are up at the top there. And this will lead to the Taipa area with all the tall buildings. But instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to go this way. And I'll just show you what this street says. So that's what it is now. I wouldn't be surprised if it changes names in the future. And I wouldn't be surprised if all of this is different someday. And we got like toilets, recycled stuff, chairs, I guess was probably thrown away, and they, so yeah, a lot of these were probably thrown away but then kind of recycled as well. And this is actually public access, so you can come up in here. And there's also homes in here too, of course. And there's also a parking lot. So it's just kind of mosey through here. So yeah, it's all very makeshift, but it has its purpose. And I suspect that all of this will probably be gone in the future. So I'm also documenting it a little bit in 2024, exactly what it looks like, because change everywhere is inevitable. And this will one day change as well. Huh. It's even a, so it's kind of looks like something at a museum or something. So okay, so this will just come right on out, and let me just show you some of the tall buildings again. So you can see those tall buildings over there. There's more behind me that you can't see, and then you can see the construction with the green as well. So I'm gonna end it, and yeah, we'll see what the fate is of all of these in the future.
Yeah.